Would you sack the CEO of a company which is doing phenomenally well? I did that. I put my foot down and I sacked that CEO. Doing the right thing is the only thing that matters, because if you lose your credibility and your reputation, you have nothing left. That is the difference between just another organization and a great place to work. Would you sack the CEO of a company which is doing phenomenally well? Top line, bottom line, client retention, growing year on year. I did that. In one of my previous companies, when I wanted to exit as the CEO, I recruited who I thought was an incredible person. This person had a small business. So what I did was, one of my companies acquired a minority 25% stake in that business, and we gave that business a small 4% equity in my previous company, and I made her the CEO. Now, this had two advantages. It enabled me to focus on what I wanted to do in the next phase of my life, and as all of you know, Great Manager Institute is my passion. But it also made sure that if there was an investor in my previous business, they would not insist on my being there. Now, this was a win-win for everyone. We did get investors interested. They recognized the intrinsic value of that business, the brand, the integrity with which that business has run for years and years. And they were willing to pay quite a high price. We are all happy. As I was about to sign the deal, I realized that this particular CEO had also struck a side deal with the investors, which valued her small company, which by now had gone to seed, started making huge losses, and was essentially a dud company. But that company, interestingly, was valued at a very high valuation. And I had everything to gain, because 25% of that equity in that company was also owned by me through another company. But that would have been clear violation of ethics, conflict of interest. It would mean depriving the shareholders of one company to artificially inflate the value of another company so that that company's shareholders could get money they don't deserve. I put my foot down and I sacked that CEO. Now, there were many other things which I can talk about, but the point I'm making is very simple. As you grow in your career and you take up incredibly senior roles like chief executive officers, you have a responsibility to run the business in a manner which is not just legally right, but which is morally and ethically right. Sometimes we give way to temptation. It was tempting for me to let it be, because I would have gained as well. But doing the right thing is the only thing that matters, because if you lose your credibility and your reputation, you have nothing left. Every great organization will have stories of where they let go of people, sometimes the senior-most person. And when those decisions are taken, do you agonize over it, or is that the most obvious thing to do? That is the difference between just another organization and a great place to work.